right, I know we got ours in the mail. Did you get your home valuation and property tax statement for the year?
Yeah, coming up next, did you know that you can appeal it? We'll find out how and why you might want to do so.
Also,
well, right about now, you're going to start getting your property tax valuation. That's the notice from the county assessor that tells you how much your house is worth, which is very cool. But the downside to that is how much you have to pay in taxes because of what it's worth. Our next guest here is talking about valuation about 18 months behind the current property value. So should you fight it, face it, or pay it? I've got Robert Hockensmith with us to kind of talk to us about how this whole system works, and if you do want to fight it, what it takes to go through it, and should you?
Exactly. A lot of things go into this, Ryan. One of the things that goes into it is the square footage of your property.
Okay.
And it's not just your house. It could be commercial property, raw land. It could be a lot of different pieces of real estate that you may have. So they look at square footage, when it was built. They look at a lot of things to determine what the value of the property is. And then, like you said, it's 18 months old by the time you get it. So the assessments you get this week or this month are going to be for 2015. Not for 2014.
Yeah. Okay. And now, when you take a look at that little piece of paper you get in the mail, I mean, what are the numbers that you should really be focusing on?
The full cash value is a big one.
That's
because
the one. Okay.
That's the one that says, this is what I should be able to sell my house for. Well, if we know that that's not true, that may be a reason for you to appeal. It also looks at the square footage of your property. If you know that your square footage is not that big, and a lot of them, by the way, are not accurately reflected.
Why is that?
Well,
carports?
Yeah, well, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Because they don't actually drive to your house.
Correct.
And take a look inside everybody's house.
Right.
How do they normally do it?
They use Google Earth many times to determine what the value, or what the square footage is.
So if you have a rooftop on a carport, or maybe just a covered area because of the sun we have, boom, they might hit you with extra square footage.
Or you may even have a detached building that they're going to look at, and it may be a storage room and not someplace to live in. Right. So those are things that you have to consider. And what you want to do is you want to decide, do I want to appeal it? Because the appeal could be, a two-edged sword. It could either raise what they believe it's worth, or it could lower what they believe it's worth. But you might want to definitely consider it if it's gone up too high in assessment, and that's the word to use, assessment, not value of your home.
If you want to fight this thing, what are the steps you have to take? You can't just go and complain about it, right? You have to actually have evidence.
Exactly.
To do this.
And the first thing you have to do is you have to say, I want to appeal it. You have to announce that you want to appeal it, either online or by mail. You have to tell the county assessor, I don't agree with this valuation, I want to appeal it. And then the next step will be is they will contact you to determine, what we're going to do as far as this appeal. But you have to also say in your appeal why you believe this is incorrect.
When do you have to put comps in?
Your comps have to be in, well, the comps that you put in have to be done usually within 6 weeks after you appeal the notice.
Okay, that's that hard evidence that shows what you're...
Yeah, and you've got to have something in writing. You can't just say it. You've got to show something in writing.
Hey, very cool. You know what? If you guys have questions about this, people can find you at, what's your website?
azmoneyguy.com.
azmoneyguy.com. Yeah. Robert, thank you very much.
Ryan,
really appreciate it.
Good to see you.